Today we're going to take care of a pretty simple one, changing out an old, cracked, and abused taillight assembly. Coming up.
A bad day.
Yeah! Hey, my name's Drew and this is Evergreen Overland. On this channel we do 4x4 vehicle modifications, we hone our outdoor cooking skills, and we do reviews on camping and overland gear. One thing I want to say in the beginning of this video, another really exciting milestone, is getting the truck, as you can see behind me, pulled into the garage. It is fully in here with just enough clearance above. Pretty freaking stoked on that. That means I can come in here in the winter and work on the truck and be able to do some things out of the elements a little bit, which is awesome. It's the first garage I've ever really had that I could fit the truck in, or any of my trucks in. Today's gonna be a pretty simple one. We're just gonna change out this assembly. Ever since I bought this truck, this headlight has just, accumulated water. Over the past 2 years, it's definitely developed some pretty extensive cracking from being on the trail, as you can see. So we're just gonna take some time today, quickly swap these out. I'm going to show you how to do it, because why not learn how to do it for me, I guess. Throw links to any of the stuff that I used today in the description section below. Let's get into it. The whole process is pretty easy to do. All you really need is a 10mm socket or wrench. I just have a little ratcheting wrench here. All you got to do is remove the two 10mm bolts right here and then pop the whole thing back and out. Beware of the fuss tonight. Once you got that out, the only other thing you might need is, a pair of pliers possibly, or maybe a flat tip screwdriver, but they for the most part come out by themselves. You just kind of got to get in there and pull straight back like this. Did break off one of the little nubs, so you want to be careful. Definitely just take your time on these. I'm replacing the whole assembly, so I'm not worried about it, but this little nub in here goes into a recess on this side. Same thing down here. This is the one that I broke off of this side, but not going to worry about it as I am replacing these. Next step is just removing the bulbs. So from the top, which here I already replaced that with an LED. I don't think I had the other ones when I went through and did that. It was a while ago. So I didn't replace any of the others with LEDs, but the top one I did. Remove all three of those. Unclip the little wire keeper down at the bottom here, and you're good to go. Let's get the new one out. All right, made in China. These are not OEM, but they're direct bolt-in replacements. I ended up buying mine on eBay, but I'm gonna put a link to the item on Amazon. It's the same one. I just was able to get it a little bit faster on eBay at the time. Nicely packed in there. Nice and protected. Oh, nice. I didn't actually realize they were going to come with completely different wiring assemblies on there. Do they come with bulbs? They do not come with bulbs. I'm going to keep the wiring assembly that I have on this side because it's the one I spliced into for the wiring on the Habitat. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It comes with that. Taking a look at the two of them side by side, seem to be identical on the back as well as on the front. I'm going to take this out, set it aside for later. When they installed the Habitat, they just spliced into this wire for backup lights and everything. I will probably go through and change that up a little bit eventually, but for the time being, I'm just going to use the existing wiring harness in the truck. Let's go get this installed. Oh, actually, looking at the back of these little nubs, the bottom one, which I broke off, these are made of, an aluminum, and I bet it's threaded. It's got a little nut on there you could grab and twist. That's really cool. So it's a serviceable part now. Just put these in the same way you took them out. Stick them in, line them up, and rotate counterclockwise. Then the whole thing is just going to line up. You can peek in there and see those little nubbins. That's all it really is. Then on the inside here, you just push it back until your threads are visible. Line up your bolts and get them tightened in there. No idea what the torque spec is. One very light ooga dooga. That one's done, now I'll do the other side. Got the new one right here. Again, I don't think I'm going to use this wiring harness, but you can totally do it. Oh. Now this one's fighting me a little bit on the bottom side, so I'll spray a little WD-40. On those connections to hopefully get it to pop in a little easier. All right, I'm having a little bit of a trouble here getting it to line up. It seems like this edge right here is coming in contact with the body line, so I'm just going to clean that off a little bit, take some small hits to it to see if I can get that pushed down. My truck was in a rear end collision of some sort before I bought it. This could just be the cause to why that one cracked, as well as something to do with the panels, you know, being slightly warped or something like that. So I'm going to get this thing in, but I'm going to need to pound down the metal just a little bit. Okay, so what's happening is this right here, this piece is kind of tilted up a little bit, and I don't know if that's from me cutting, or more than likely it was from the, you know, whatever collision it got in at one point or another. But I'm gonna try to stick a pry bar in there and just get it to come down a little bit so that the edge of the tail light assembly kind of clears this body line here a little bit better. Well, you know how I said in the beginning that this should be an easy job? Never say that when you're about to do anything. Murphy's Law will always prove you wrong. I think I got it good enough to where it's actually going to fit in there and bolt up, but I want to get a little bit more clearance on it so that, you know, when the body is going to roll on the trail a little bit, it's not pushing up and coming in contact with the light. So I'm going to work at that, basically just doing the same thing I'm doing, trying to work that bottom lip down a little bit just to get a little bit more clearance, and I'll come back to you when I do. Got it in there, got the clips aligned, tighten this down to a light ooga dooga. I'm gonna get this cleaned up a little bit and I'll show you guys the finished product. All right, so there you have it. Even though we had some unexpected issues fitting this thing in just due to my truck and the fact that it had some damage to it at one point or another, we got it installed. Looks to be good. I think the structural integrity of the entire sealant around the edges is still intact. And yeah, this turned out looking a lot better, and it's not going to have the water and weather intrusion that the previous one had before. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Definitely, it's Murphy's Law. If you're going to try to take something on yourself, something unexpected is going to happen. Just be prepared for that and persevere through it. Go online, figure out solutions. People have probably come across different scenarios. There's a lot of troubleshooting guides and stuff out there. Thanks for watching the video. I do really appreciate it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, please consider hitting the subscribe button to be notified when I put out a new video. And also hit the like button to let me know I've done a good job. If you have any questions, you can throw a comment down below. You can also look in the description section of this for links to all the products I use, the light assemblies. I'll throw in a couple of LED bulbs and all that kind of stuff, directions to where you can get those. If you want to find more about Evergreen Overland, you can follow me over on Instagram at Evergreen Overland, or also check out evergreenoverland.com occasionally. I put things up there. And get out there and try some of this stuff yourself. It's definitely easy. Thanks for watching.